to this my online section, uh, drawing tutorial for beginners. Now, for beginners alone and not for pros. If you're a pro, well, maybe you just want to see I'm doing things and maybe have an advice for me. But it's basically for beginners. People who are thinking, how can I do this? I love drawing, but I don't know how to compare it. It's for you. Now, yesterday we did something. Yes, we talked about how to construct draw the face in in front view. Then I noticed that while we're doing it, there was still confusion because after constructing our face, how do you draw the eyes? Yeah, how do you draw those eyes? How do you draw those ears? How do you draw the nose, the mouth? You understand? That is where I want to focus on today. We're gonna construct the face, then we're gonna talk about the eyes, how to draw the eyes, draw the nose, draw the mouth, yeah, the lips, and then draw the ear. I'll be using one to two or three methods in each of these parts. How to draw the eyes, I can use two, three methods. The nose, I can use two, three methods. The lips, of course, two, three methods. The ear. So today, that's what we're gonna focus on. Please, in case you've not subscribed to my channel before, do well to hit on the subscription button. After that, hit on your notification bell icon so that you'll be getting notifications from me every time, anytime, each time I drop a content. All right, and I do this every week from Monday to Saturday. So always follow up, and there's always recaps in case you missed a day. It's always a recap so you can really catch up. We have a lot to learn. We have a lot to talk about. As I'm teaching, I'm also learning. Learning never ends. All right, I'm gonna flip my camera so that you will be seeing only my hand. But watch carefully. Pick your paper, pick your pencil, or if you have a drawing book, pick your drawing book, pick your pencil, pick your eraser. If you have a mathematical set, pick your compass, because we are about to begin. All right, please, in case you're not subscribed, do well to subscribe and do tell your friends about this channel. Thank you. All right, I was searching for this. This is what we worked on yesterday. Yeah, this face is what we worked on yesterday. And then you can see some lines. Yeah, you can see some shapes. So today we're going to talk about those shapes. We are going to use those shapes then to form what we are going to form. Those shapes are very important. Shapes and lines. That's what we're going to work on. We're going to use shapes and lines. So what do I need? Of course, I need my compass. You need your compass. Your compass is for good circles, perfect circles. If you use your free hand, some of us we are not good with free hands. So if you use free hand, you're gonna make a mistake, and it's not gonna be okay. But people who are good at free hand can use their free hand to draw circles. So we're gonna use compass, of course, ruler for lines, straight lines especially. And then we did our HB pencil and our 2B pencil. These are the pencils I have. They are the least pencils around. So that's to tell you that even if you don't have those expensive pencils, you can start something. Practice with what we have. Okay, this is what we did yesterday. So these shapes, I'm going to take time to explain it. We're going to use these shapes and these lines to form the face first. Then we're going to talk about the eye. We talk about the eye, how to draw the eye. We follow these processes, draw the eye. Then we will move to the nose. Okay, so to form the face, we need one, a circle. We need a circle. Don't forget, this circle is very important. It's our best friend. We need it at all times. Okay. After that, this is number one. Two, we need a square. This square should not go outside of this circle. It has to come inside. Like you do in computer programs like CorelDRAW, you pick shapes and draw what you want. So you pick this shape and bring it inside the circle. All right. Then we need a line, a vertical line, and we're going to call this line 1. No, line 2. This vertical line, we're going to call it line 2. Then we need another vertical line, line 4. Don't forget, why we are calling this first vertical line line 2 is because this square you're going to put inside your circle will form the first line to form line 1. So this one will come in the middle. That will make it form line 2. And then this one, the next one, the base of this square will become your line 3. And then the next line is your line 4. Okay, then as we proceed, we are going to add another line under line 2 to make it 2A. And then we'll add another line under line 3 to make it 3A. Okay, then after that, after constructing the face, after these lines, we're going to need a shape. This shape, take note, this shape that comes from your left. This one from left and this other one from right. We're going to need that shape. It's very important to us. And then this is 1, 2, let's call this 3, and call this 4. Okay, and then we're going to need this shape to your left and this shape to your right. Remember, this shape is not a complete circle. Okay, so this will be 4, this is 5, this is 5, shape 5, and then shape 6. This will be shape 7, and this is shape 8. After that, we need a circle. We need 2 circles. All right, it will be 9, this is 10. After that, we're gonna need a smaller one that will form our chin. Let's call this 11. Hope I'm not missing anything here. Okay, we're gonna need these lines too. I think these are diagonal lines, if I'm not mistaken. From right, this will be your 12, and then from left, this will be your 13. And if you mix, this is 13, if you put them together, we have our face. All right, let's go. Let's start by 1. Let's take number 1. What's number 1? We're going to start a construction, okay? So number 1 is first circle. Remember, number 1 is your circle. All right, so we're going to take circle of any dimension of our choice, okay? I don't even know, I'm not measured this, but I've taken this circle to be what I want to work with. It's big, right? For everybody to see. That's step 1, my circle. Remember I told you, look at this paper, 1 is a circle. So after drawing our circle, the next thing we are going to do is do what? Bring in our square. Now you know the square has 4 equal sides, and the circles too, the circle. The square, the circle is drawn inside the square. Okay, so I want our square to start from this. Why I'm doing this circle inside is because I want to have a very good circle. I don't want any mistake. Okay, I want to have a good circle. That's why I'm marking it out. I want to have a good square, not circle. That's why I marked it out. Where's my ruler? I got. All right, so I'm gonna use my ruler. Remember the next stage from what we have here, from our plan, after the circle is the square. So don't get confused with this marked inside, just to help us with the square. All right, I'm gonna form the square inside the circle using my HB pencil. All right, find my square, which is the next step. Step 2 is draw a square. Find my square, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, that's my square. All right, after the square, what else did I say? What's number 3? We have this circle. I didn't label this. Okay, this is 2. The circle, the square. Number 3 here is line what? Line 3. Okay, it's the line where is our horizontal line. That's the first horizontal line we are drawing. So that is number 3. The third step. All right, now you can see this line cuts across the circle that divides it into two equal parts horizontally, part 1, part 2, and also divide the square into two equal parts. Okay, part 1, part 2. All right, now remember I told you that this, why we have made this line 3 is because the first, the top of this square is our line 1, and the bottom of this square is our line 3. Okay, this middle one becomes line 2. So as you can see, line 1, line 2, line 3. And then I say we're going to take the next line. The next step 4, is draw another horizontal line. Now, notice something. Look at what I'm doing. Notice this very carefully, and it's very important. You see this, the distance from, even though I missed a step, the distance from here, where my distance is pinned, to here is the same distance as from where it is pinned to this. So they are of equal distance. Then I'll pick from this point to here. That's to tell you that the distance from here to here is the same thing as here to here, and the same thing as here to here. So they are all measured in equal distance, and this becomes our line 4. Okay, you extend this line down. You extend it down to form, now from here to it forms a rectangle. So therefore we can say number 4, we just decide to call it a rectangle. So if you push this rectangle into here and adjust it to this size from his point down, that's the rectangle. It gives you how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 lines. All right, so that's what we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. Then I told you something yesterday, that this first line is our hairline, that the middle line is our eyebrow line. I said the third one is our nose line, and the last one is our chin. It's our chin line. Don't always forget, they are very important. So now, why are these lines helpful? So that you know when you're doing your drawing, like you don't need to draw maybe the nose from the distance from here to here to be too close, and then maybe the distance from your nose to your mouth, and then to your chin. Do you understand? So the distance from here to here, from here to here is shorter than here to here. So that's why we need these lines to guide us, so that they fall in the right proportion, all right, the right area where they're supposed to be. So no part will be more elongated than the other. Okay, next one, I said we are going to, the next object is this number 7, that object. So we're going to put it here. Okay, we put it here. Can you see? And number 7. And then number 8 is the twin of this object that goes to the right. All right, so we have it here. They have to be of equal, since it's both sides has to be equal. All right, you could do better than me. Sorry, I've not done something. So we're supposed to draw a vertical, a vertical line through the middle. We're supposed to draw this line. This is the center of the face. From here to here, the same as from here to here. So it's in the middle. So we have this line now. This one is important. It guides you too. Now, what was the next move? I said we are going to bring this object Uh, look at this line. This shape. Have you seen it? Yeah, that's what we're gonna bring. This is to the left, and this is to the right. We're gonna bring them in, and they come from here. Always remember they come from here. Okay, and then they also come from here. Okay, let me reduce this one. It's like it's too elongated. All right. And what else? From here, we could bring this line, or like I said, we bring this one. I told you this 11 was supposed to form. Okay, 9, 10. 9 and 10 circles. This will form our eye. Okay, listen. You see why we have this line here? Why we bring it shape 7 and 8 is because it guides us. This line tells you that your eyes is not supposed to exceed this line. Like what I just said. So your eyes, okay, it's not supposed to exceed this place. This place is, it starts here to somewhere here, and his one starts from here to somewhere here. It's not supposed to exceed. If you exceed, then that means there's a kind of mistake. Okay, so no matter where it lands, even if it goes in, it's not supposed to cross. Likewise here. So this guides you not to overstretch your eye. Are we together? This point guides you not to overstretch your eyes. That's why we bring it. That's why it is important in this drawing. All right. So now we've done that. Now, why do we need this one? This one guides us. This area from this point to this point is the length of our mouth. Can you see? It tells you that from this point to this point, your mouth length is supposed to start from here and to this place. It's not supposed to exceed. If you exceed, then there's a problem. If you exceed, then there's a kind of error. So it's supposed to be from this point. That's why we brought this shape to guide you. So every line here, everything drawn here has a purpose, and there's a reason why it is being drawn. They are there to guide us. Okay. What else is there to guide us? We've not mentioned. I told you this one is the middle. Okay. Now this point is your chin. All right. From here to here is your chin. So I told you we could bring a circle. If you want, bring a circle. If you don't want, you can leave it the way it is. What other line did I tell you? Okay, this one I said, um, this one, right? What's this one called? I think it's diagonal. Diagonal line 11, 12, 13. So one to the left and one to the right. Let's assume. Let's just pick this point like we've done to be the base of our mouth. Or we could, let's shift it a bit. Let this be the base of our mouth. Okay, and let's pick this point to be the base of our jaw, and then the base of our jaw. So you see this line forms the base of our jaw. Okay. So what else? We were talking about the circle. See the circle, you bring it down. Don't let it cross. Remember, this is your eyebrow line. So before you do that, I failed to mention you're gonna bring these two short vertical lines, left and right. So we're gonna place it somewhere. Let's place it here, here, and then here. They have the same measurement. It's like mine is not the same measurement. But from what you're saying, you're supposed to make them same. Okay. So this is where we put them. Okay. And this line is important too. It guides you on your nose when you're drawing your nose. This is where the area where your nose will be worked on. Okay. Now, from this point, I told you your eye is not supposed to exceed this line and this line. So this length is your eye length. Okay. All right. Now circle. I told you circle. We put the circle around here. Eye socket. It's your eye socket. That's our eye socket. I don't know if there's any question here. If anybody's following and then you have any question, this is your eye socket. Please, if you're new to this channel and then you just joined it for the first time, do well to hit your subscription button, hit your subscribe button, and also hit your notification icon. So when I drop any video, you'll be the first to get notification. All right, now you can see the construction is almost done. Now, this part from this square, from the end of this square to this is your ear. All right, so you form your ear. Your ear is in this shape. Then you do the same thing to the left. See, you can even exit, but it has to be around here. And then it starts from the eyebrow line and then drops at the nose line. Notice it from the eyebrow line and drops at the nose line. That's our ear. All right. So when the ear comes in, you see our distance has shifted a bit. Then this is where, notice once this ear goes in, it shifts. This thing has shifted our jaw. Okay, our jawline. Then it goes this way. You see. So that's the face. That's the construction. Remember, this is your eye socket. Remember, this line, this shape is going to guide your eye length from this point to this point. This line to this line guides you on your eye length. And here your eye length, it does not exceed. Okay. Then what else? I told you this is your hairline, like you can see, hairline, eyebrow line, nose line, chin line. Then I told you the outer part of this from this square. Inside the square, from this square to this side is your ear. As you can see here, that's your ear. I told you this diagonal line is the base of your chin. And now let's make this chin. Okay, let's take it in a bit. Let no cough it. When you're drawing, when you're getting it, you understand. All right. So that's it. We can add the neck. The neck is supposed to come forward. Sometimes under the this chin. Yeah, under the chin. The chin, no, not the chin, sorry. Under the jaw. That's where our neck falls under your jaw. All right. So now the construction is done. Let's notice something. It doesn't look, if you take this shape from here to here, it doesn't look okay. The head shape is not, it's not looking nice. So a portion will be cut so that this lands in the middle of this ear. You cut a portion out, cut a portion out. Now check from here to here and see the shape of the head. See what I mean? All right, see what I mean? Let's go. Now, this is where the construction has been done. Remember I told you we're going to talk about drawing individual parts, like the eye. Let's start with the eyes. Excuse me, let me sharpen my pencil. See, I need to sharpen it. I'm still sharpening my pencil, so just stay tuned. Stay glued to your screen. All right. Let me sand the pencil. Yeah. Let me sand the pencil. All right. Okay, let's proceed. Now, the eyes. You're gonna bring. I forgot to tell you this. Mm, this is a line you cut across horizontally across your circle when you're doing the construction. A vertical line, an horizontal line. From you're gonna divide this distance from here to here to 2, and that's where the line comes in. So I don't know. Let me use this one. Let me just do it roughly for illustration. Okay, that's why, that's why. See this line? Where's my razor? Where's my razor? Okay. It's looking messy. All right. See this line? This is the line we're talking about. This is what we are going to construct our eye. Then let's make the actual shape of the eye, okay? Now, how do we bring it inside this? Now, I told you we're going to discuss drawing these parts individually. Let's start with the eyes. Remember this line. These two lines are there to guide us on the eye length, okay? Let's say we have the middle, we have this part, and then we have this part. Okay, they're equal, right? And let's say this is the base of the eye. Now this is the base of the eye. Okay, now let's add the top of the eye. Okay, it's rough, right? Now let's say from that shape, here's this beginning and then this. So that means okay, here. That means our eye is gonna start from this point to this point. So already we have a rectangle there from both sides. Now we want to construct the eye. First shape we use is this. Then we bring another. Are we together? Then extend it. Then we bring it another one that extends. All right. Then we bring it. Remember, notice something when you draw the eye, this inner part. Don't bring it. It should not be from end to end. From here, somewhere around here. All right. Then we bring this other part. I don't know the. Okay. So that's how you construct your eye. Now let's bring this construction inside of this. Let's start. We say from here. Right. And from here. Right. And then there's an extension. And then we pick this one. All right, left. We've done the left part. Remember what I said here. And then you apply the same thing from here. Okay, now you can see we've drawn our eyes. You can see we've drawn our eyes. So in the way we've taken this out of this for the time being. We've decided not to draw it inside here first. So let's check it out outside and see how it is being done. So I don't know how to explain any further. See, you, here's the base, okay, and here's the length. The length is from here to here and from here to here. Here's the base. To be on the safe side, check the size of the width of your eye. Just pick something at a line so that the eye will be constructed inside of here. Then pick from this midpoint and curve, and then pick from down and curve. Do the same here. Then just add an extension there to touch this line. Then pick. Remember, this upper one has to cross that line. Can we then bring in another circle inside of it? That it should not be from top to bottom. You can choose to design where any light that is reflecting on the eyes, any pattern. Can you see this? This is how you construct your eyes. It's simple. It's not difficult. I hope we understand. Oh, let me do it this way. Now, from this point, I don't want to select touch for now. Just pick it from midpoint to midpoint to here. Then I do another one at the top. Then I extend it inside. And that is it. Add another circle inside. Since it's inside, this leaves hide this in our covering it lashes. You cannot see it inside, so it extends down. I choose okay, that's a light reflecting. So this is what you do. This is how you construct your eye. Like this, and then like this, and then like this. That's all. As the eyes. I don't know how to explain this anymore. Okay, look one more time. Pick your paper, your pen. Take this shape to the middle. Here's our base. Take this one. Extend. Have you done that? Take another one from the top. Okay, then bring another one inside. According to your choice. That's the eye. Do we understand? Okay, let's bring it to our drawing. I should take it again. Take it this way. This is where our eye is going to be drawn. From here, from the midpoint. Extend the line. And then, boom. All right, let's bring it to our drawing. Let's bring it to our drawing. We've already guided ourselves from this point to this point, and here is where the eye is going to be drawn. So we say can see. Then we bring the second one across the line. We are there. We move to this side, the same thing. All right, then we bring the inner circle. Okay, bring the inner circle. So we've done with the eyes. We've done the eyes now. I don't know if somebody's following. We are done with the eyes. Check it out. Wow. Okay. Let's continue. Done with the eyes. Let's go to the nose. Let's go to the nose. Okay, let's bring it here. I think the nose is even easier. From around this area, that's the nose. So this line, this one is here. So that's the nose. So now we're going to do what? We're going to use 3 circles. Big circle, small circle, small circle. So the big one will be at the middle. Small one at the side. Line 1, line 2, line 3. This is the middle. Small, big circle in the middle. Small one flank from the right, another one flank from the left. That's the first stage. Then put a line that cuts from this intersection. From this intersection. Cross it a bit, then cross here. I don't know if you understand. Alright, let's take it again. Middle line, side line, base. Bigger circle in the middle. Small one flanked from the left. Small one flanked from the right. Then this is the intersection, right? Okay. Curve, just any curve. This curve that looks like this. It could be like this. It could be like this. But a curve, as you can see. Alright, good. Then there should be a line. I'll come to it. I'll explain this line. I'll explain this line. That's the nose. Okay, let's eliminate it. Let's remove this one for now. I don't want to confuse us. Let's go again. Middle line, flank from here, flank from here. Base, bigger circle. Okay, smaller one, smaller one. Okay, then I said from left to right. All right. Now, I told you there's a line that will come here. The line will surely come here. Good. Let's use 2B. Let's take the inside of the nose, the area where there's no light. It's dark. Okay, so then add shading. That's your nose. I don't know if somebody understands. I don't know if somebody understands. That is your nose. This is your nose. You just draw your nose. Remember, let me take it again. I said from the middle here, there's a line, there's a line. Your nose is not going to leave this area. Then there's a circle, a bigger circle in the middle, smaller one flank from left, flank from right. Then I said cut here, cut this shape inside. So there will be a line that comes here. Then we shape back and inside, and shape. That is your nose. So let's bring this and apply here. See the lines here. I said bigger circle first, smaller one flanked from left, smaller one flanked from right. All right. I told you there will be a line that come. The line will come from here. To here. That's the line I was trying to explain to you guys. Okay, it will come from here. So what is left is to do this and then do this. Just like we did here. So we've constructed a nose. As a nose. All right, let's go. Instruments. That's our nose. Next one is the mouth. Here's the base. Here's the line from here to here, and here's the base. Okay, let's make this the top. So let's see how we're gonna do that. To draw your mouth, it's an rectangular shape. Notice that the upper lip is always smaller than the lower lips. All right, and here is the middle. There's the middle, rough. And there's a middle. rectangle first. You draw your rectangle first, within that space. Then your horizontal line across, and then your vertical line across to in the middle. So now put a circle here as a middle. You can make it bigger than this. That's a circle, right? Then bring down 2 circles from left and from right. Okay. Now extend. And then do something here. Connect them together. Notice the middle was not correct. Let's use here. Here's the middle. This one is okay. Bigger circle. Circle here. Circle here. Alright. Good. 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 Alright. Then cut it. Put another circle here. Fend the line. Here. What is that ruler? That's my razor. Alright. Let's check it. Now let's see the shape. If truly it looks like our lips. Of course, we have our lips. I said you can do it. Remember I said you draw this, then the center. I said a circle here, bigger one at the top, and then 2 other circles from left and right, minus the middle. Cut another. Cut another. Bring this one connect. Bring this one connect. So you see, that's first method. The next one we can do is we can do it this way. Can do it this way. Pick. Pick. I don't know if you understand this. Okay, check it out. Send that. Let me show you that one again. Rectangle, rectangle. Then this shape that looks like a square. This shape. And there's the middle line. Just drop this one down from this point to this point. Drop this point to this point. And then drop this point to this point. Connect. Connect. Observe this. At a curve.
curve this down part. That's your lips.
Know if anybody's online. Two methods, right? Let's go.
Let's use the third one. Notice I'm always doing it inside a rectangle. Okay, and there's always a middle line.
As the third one. So, if you ask me,
I'll use the first method. Let's use the first method to apply to our own drawing here. Okay, here's a rectangle. Here's a rectangle. I told you the top should be smaller. I'm using freehand here. Okay, there's my circle. And there's my circle. Okay, and then I curve it and channel it to this line. And then I curve and connect to this line.
we there. So it's easy. It's easy. It's the same thing we did here. What I was explaining. What I just did there was already I had my rectangle there. I had my rectangle there, so I just put in the circles. Here's the first circle I drew there. And here's the second, and here's the third. And then I connected it to fall in line. And then I had to cut 4 minutes a kind of circle, an arc here. Have you seen it?
So that's what I did here. That's how I got my mouth. I need to extend this line. Let's make it.
All right, let's continue. So we are done. We are through. We've done the
nose, the eyes, the nose, the mouth. All right, now left with the ear. This one is gonna be a bit difficult. This one is like, this is the shape of the ear. Not like this, but see, slanting. Okay. Then this is how you construct it. After doing this, you form another inside. Okay. Then form a kind of Y shape inside. It looks like Y. All right.
So that's how you construct the ear. I don't know if you really understand this one. Where's your ruler? Pencil. Let me show you.
Now you darken these areas and then darken this one. Okay. Now darken this part. All right. Okay. Now check this part to be. So that's the ear. So with this, let's transfer it to our drawing, both sides. All right, let's go.
All right, that's it.
We come to this side.
Same formation. Inside, 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 inside.
Notice after that, I brought in this line. After that, I brought in this one. Then the Y shape. That is for shading. This part is for shading. Likewise, this part has to be shaded.
We're not into shading right now.
So that's it. We have it. Now let's wipe off.
Okay, we've not talked about the hair.
Okay, what hair? What hairstyle are we giving this drawing? Oh my god.
Okay.
So you're free to extend this line when you're doing draw your hair. Extend this line to cover up. So now we're going to wipe off construction lines. Let's wipe off construction lines. Let's wipe it off.
All right.
Let's wipe off the construction lines. And wiping them off.
Okay. I don't know. let's finish the eyes.
Let's finish his eyes. Use your 2B pencil. It's thicker and thicker than your HB. So use it. Okay.
Yeah, as you can see, this drawing is in 2D form, but we can convert it to 3D.
Through shading. So we will talk about shading, but before we do that, I'll take a pause if anybody has questions to ask, so we can move forward. If you're following me right now, you want to ask questions, I'm listening. I'm here for you, so you can ask the questions, and then I'll take a recap of how we started before we got to this point. Okay, I'm going to recap everything. So it's quite unfortunate I deleted the cleaned, wiped off the construction lines. It will be very helpful for our recap.
All right.
Take our recap. We started by first, number one, we drew up a plan. We say number one, we're going to start with a circle. That's what we say. We say we're going to do the construction of the face first before we go to individual parts. We said, okay, the circle is the first one, and then we constructed our circle using our compass. You can see that's the circle. Let me see. Oh, let me see. Okay, this is not. Let me see if we can actually go again. Okay, we say number one, we start with a circle, and that was what we did. We drew our circle. In case you're just joining us, I'm doing the recap. We draw the circle, and then we say number two is a square. We fix our square inside our circle. And we say number three was drawing a line horizontally. We drew our line horizontally. In case you just joined and you've not subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button and do hit your notification icon, the notification bell icon to get more products from us. Okay, then we drew the horizontal line, which was step three. Yes, circle. Yeah, step three. Then the step four was a circle, a line, or I said rectangle. Rectangle from here, this point to this point was rectangle. All right. Then we put horizontal line. The last step was missed. Now I told you that the distance from here to here is the same as from here to here and the same as from here to here. All right. The next one there was 5 and 6. Before 5 and 6, we were supposed to use 7 and 8. It was a mistake. We brought 7 and 8. I told you this lines. This is the end of your eye line, and this is the end of your. This is the end of your eye length from your left. This is the end of your eye length from your right. That's why we had to bring this uh, shape. Okay. Then the next one was what? Then we brought in 5 and 6, which is supposed to be 8. We brought it in, and then we brought it in. I said this one was to get the length of our mouth from left to right, the length of our mouth. That was his purpose, so that you don't cross the line. You must fall in place in the right proportion. All right. After that, the eye socket. Remember, we put a line here to guide us, and this remember this point is the end of the eye length, the beginning, the end, the beginning, the end. That's our eye socket there. And then what else? Our horizon, our is the mouth. Then we brought in our diagonal lines, left and right. Okay. After that, we blended. We blended. That's what we did. And what else? Yes, we blended. I think we blended, and then we extended this part a bit to form the real shape of the head. Okay. Then I told you this part is the ear. It starts from the eyebrow line to the nose line. That's your ear. That's your ear. That's what we did. I'm giving a recap, and then we went individually to draw our eyes so that we know how to apply the eye. I told you this is the length, okay, and this is the point from here to here is your eye length, from here to here your eye length, and then this is the top of the eye, and this is the base. Then I told you to draw your eye, you need to construct, go this way, and then take it down, and then extend it. That's your eye. Then I said you add another layer. The same thing here. All right. So you add another layer. So that's how we drew the eye. As you can see, that's how we got to this point. All right. The next one I said the nose. How do we do the nose? I said you this is the line, the nose line. This is the base. This is the line that will guide you. And here is the middle. I said a bigger circle first, flanked by smaller and a smaller one. I told you form this small curve inside, arc inside, and that was your nose. And then we brought it in here, and that's how we got this nose we have here. Okay. Then the next one I said the mouth. The mouth, I said the mouth is a rectangle. I gave you three meters. I gave 3 meters of the mouth. And there's the center. I said the first one is a circle. Circle, circle. That was the first one I used. And that is the method we used here. And I said the second one is circle, circle, not circle, kind of square here. And then move down, move down, move down, move down. And that was the second method. It's like I gave the third method, which I don't want to talk about now. So that was how we got the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Okay. Okay, let's go. Next one we did was the ear. I told you the ear. And this part, the ear, it takes this form. Okay, I told you the next one is you draw that same form inside of it. The next one is a Y shape. Y shape. And that was how we got our ear. So this place for shading. And that was how we drew our ear. And then we have this. We have this. All right, all right, all right. So that's how we got to this point.
I've called for questions, and nobody's asking questions. I don't know if following or not. Told you we're going to talk about shading.
How to make this is just a 2D, two-dimensional drawing. It makes no actual sense because it's just so flat. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna shade. We will shade to make it 3D embossed. Then we are going to have an actual shape.
Okay, let me. I don't know where my light source is coming from.
Let our light source come from here. This place is bright, 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 and this side is darker. Okay, okay. Light reflects here. Let's see, it reflects there. All right. Where else? Where else does it touch? It touches here. Okay. We want to shade. Okay. So I'm gonna take one part. So now there's light here, and there's light here. So this point is gonna be white. All right. Let's go. And there's light here.
Is there light here? Is there really light here? Okay, let's leave it there. Let's shade now.
How many of you know shading techniques? We have different type of shading techniques. I may look for a paper that is good. A pencil, I need to sharpen it. We have the hashing, method. All right, cross hashing. And let me make it hashing, cross hashing.
All right.
So I'm going to talk about these two for now. So we're going to use the hashing method. But before I do, let me sharpen my pencil. Because I really need to sharpen my pencil. I don't like to shape on.
All right, I'm back. Oh. Now let's not forget we also do 3D engineering drawings.
For those who are upcoming engineers still in your year 2 and year 3, you know, struggling with a technical drawing as engineering drawing, we also offer classes on this here on YouTube. We go live too. So as you can see, how to construct this, we give you the guidelines, the simple guidelines on how to really do it, especially this shape. This is the most difficult shape, and as you know, okay, so this in a symmetric drawing, you don't draw a normal circle. There are some tricks you apply, and it's the most difficult part of a symmetric drawing. So we offer this to tell your neighbor, your friends, people, yes, please. So let us know in the comment section so we can be letting you on this very aspect online.
All right, so let's start. I'm gonna use the action method. So let's go.
Just gonna do a bit of it. Nose. Let's start with the nose. Okay, that's how you should.
Okay.
I'm going. Let me make some particle. Remember, I didn't even wipe some line. So let's make it thicker. Where's the pencil?
Where's my 2B?
The 2B pencil is needed here.
All right. Still on it. I hope you know how to shade, so you can easily shade. I hope you're following along. And like I told you before we began, I said pick your paper and pick your pencil.
So as we move, you move with us. I've taken time, I've gone through and over and over and over again to make sure you don't miss any step and any uh, important aspect of it. Okay, let's continue with the shading. Do I'm still with you, and I believe somebody's shading alongside me. This area is dark. This area has to be dark because the lips is covering this down part, so there's no way it can be light. It has to be dark. Okay, we go.
Now, if you think any area, now I'm doing it lightly, and
I don't want. I'm doing lightly now. But if I think there's an area I need to make darker, I have to go back to that place and increase the pressure on my grip on the pencil and then shade harder to make that place darker. For instance, this place is darker. I will go back using my 2B pencil, or I still use this one to reshade. As you can see, it look darker, right? I told you we're going to transform it to 3D. And as you can see, it's coming out. It's coming out. All right.
All right. As you can see, it's coming out right. This is how you shade, and then let it slide.
Okay, we're still shading.
And then this part has to be darker. This place has to be darker.
Because the chin is already covering that area, so it has to be dark. No light.
Okay, so that's it. Oh, I was told I was gonna do part of it. We didn't balance that eyes and the nose.
Okay, let's work on the ear.
All right. Okay. Thank you guys. Oh. So we are still working. So I'm shading the lips, the lips, the lips, the lips, the lips. All right. As you can see, we are moving from 3D, like 2D to 3D. You can see part of it is already embossed.
And then this is what I use when I'm working on hair. I could use this one.
All right, I'm signing out. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. I've just done part of it where you could complete it in case you were following. The other part should be an assignment to you from what we've done from the left hand side. You should use it to do on the right hand side. So tomorrow I'll ask if you were there. So you show me what you did, how you followed, and then how you shaded the other part of your drawing. Thank you. Like I said, if you have not subscribed, please do well to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for always being there.